Hi everyone, stats for July 2025 are out. Here's a recap on what we are seeing in the market. So overall, we're still in a market where sales are lower than we're used to and inventory is higher. However, the month of July did feel like the tides were turning slightly, where we're starting to see a little bit more activity with buyers, sellers being a little bit more realistic on pricing, and the market seeming to shift a little bit more towards sellers than we've seen over the last few months. Sales are still down 2% compared to July 2024. Total inventory is up almost 20% compared to July 2024. However, new inventory is up only 0.8%. Now, when we put this in perspective compared to the 10-year average, we have almost 40% more inventory and about 14% fewer sales compared to the 10-year average. So we're still leaning much more towards a buyer's market than what we've seen. However, the sentiment in the market is changing slightly. What's it done to benchmark pricing? The benchmark price is down 2.4% compared to a year ago. Detached homes are down the most. They're down 3.6%, followed by condos down 3.2%, followed by townhomes and duplexes down 2.3%. So everything is down across the board. However, like I mentioned, the feel in the market, the speed of the market, the amount of properties that are under contract in the first couple of weeks, that's starting to change compared to what we've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 months. So I think it's a combination of things. One, the amount of buyers that have been waiting on the sideline, and two, the amount of sellers that are now being more realistic with pricing and adjusting pricing for this new market that we're in. That is leading to more sales, more buyers getting into the market, and a general difference in the feel in the market. So if you're curious how this impacts you, feel free to reach out.